What up, Warcraft fans? Remo here once again with another little tutorial. This one as well will be focused on creeping, or more specifically on a Remo special creep route. I've mentioned those plenty of times in previous casts here on our channel, and I thought I would demonstrate how to execute one in a little video. And this is what I'm gonna be doing right now. We're gonna be going for one on Echo Isles, one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite special creep routes. I have, of course, a number of them, but this one I think is actually pretty damn good. So without much further ado, let's hop into the game so I can show you how to do it. As you can see here, we're on Echo Isles. The only thing you need for this is a Death Knight and Rods of Necromancy. Nothing else. No fiends, no ghouls, and of course nothing else really is possible. Just Death Knight, Rods of Necromancy. So, what is important here though to keep in mind is you are reliant on corpses. For the skeletons, of course. And we're gonna be heading towards a big camp to start with. We are gonna take as our first camp the Merchant. And yes, that is doable with only Death Knight and skeletons. But 2 skeletons is not enough. We're gonna need 4 skeletons, meaning we're gonna need 2 corpses. The first one is right outside our base here, the little sheep, and the next one is gonna be the piglet over here. Now, you may wonder, well, is this only possible on one side of Echo Isles? No, it's actually doable on both. As I said, first sheep is here. That is the same for when you start on the left, the first sheep spawns over here. The piglet is a little bit different. On the right side, as I said, it's somewhere in this general area. Sometimes you have to look for it a little, but usually it's very reliable. Whereas on the other side of the map, the piglet spawns here. Alright, so when you execute this, when you try to do this on ladder, keep this in mind. This is very important, where the critters spawn. The sheep, right outside your base, and then the piglet on the left side, over here. On the right side, over here. Okay, I think I've said it enough times. Now, let's actually do it. If you want to really min-max, you can slay the first sheep with your acolyte, your scouting acolyte, and with that, save like 2 seconds or so. If you're tryharding. Which you should, I guess. Playing on ladder, you'd want to try to do your best. So, now, it's not only going to be about having 4 skeletons, you also have to creep this camp correctly. You have to abuse, or make use, of the armor and damage types in Warcraft 3. Alright? So, what this means is, the DK is supposed to tank the damage from the trolls. The trolls have piercing damage, okay? DK has to tank their damage, otherwise the skeletons will die too quickly. Alright? So, this is important. DK has to run in first. Pretty simple, just click back here. DK is aggroed. And now the trolls are attacking the Death Knight, but the big mauler, which would actually be hurting the DK, is not attacking him because he's busy with the skeletons. Ideally, you would want to not lose any skeletons here, but it's okay if you do. This creep camp really isn't too hard to execute. You're gonna lose some HP here, but it's okay. The worst that can happen here is a Blade Master showing up. But even that isn't too bad. If you want to be really on the safe side against a Blade Master, you can even buy a dust here. That's the nice thing about this. You want to micro back your hurt skeletons. Let the healthy one tank. Okay, this is not working out perfectly. This will take a lot of skeletons, as you can see. All of your Rods of Necromancy have been used at this point. But you get level 2 after only 1 camp. Sometimes you get a useful item. Sentry wards, replenishment, situational items, but could be good. And boom, there we go, level 2. Oh, I didn't even skill, I saw. You can even go for Death Coil to have a little bit more damage to quicken up the creeping, but as you could see, you don't even need a skill point to pull this off. Now, in an actual ladder game, if you were going up against human, now you would want to harass this camp. Against an orc, you would head back to your main, go for the next couple of Rods of Necromancy, creep up outside your main maybe. And those are really the 2 matchups where this is playable. Against human and against orc. Against night elf and in the undead mirror, it's really not to be recommended. Maybe in the undead mirror, but definitely not against night elf. But yeah, against orc and human, I pretty much play this opening all the time. And I have found it to be pretty damn effective and good. You get level 2, usually don't get harassed. And that's that. Alright, that was my first showing of a Remo special creep route. I think I'm gonna be doing more of these, even if I'm somewhat sharing my secrets and may get countered on ladder in the future. But yeah, I think this might be interesting to some of you. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, you are very welcome to leave them in the comments below. And until then, have a good one and see you next time.